recording the overview of the assessment number 3, you guys to have. So let's start with number 1. Which types of printers are referred to as printers because page printers because they receive their print job instructions 1 page at a time?
That is inkjet.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry, you guys were saying something, but then I forgot to. So which one for sure is not? Is a daisy wheel a page at a time? This one?
No. So it does multiple.
All right. Dot matrix?
It's the same as daisy wheel.
Okay. Inkjet?
That's one of the answers.
Okay. We say this guy's a possible answer. Laser?
Also another answer.
And thermal?
No.
I do strongly recommend always in these tests to do this little exercise as fast as possible. Just don't shoot yourself in the leg by assuming, and then double check that whatever it is you thought you read is what you read. Because sometimes you read something else and answer that question instead of the question that they're asking for. Stop, let go. Inkjet and laser. Dot matrix, as we learned, and the daisy wheel one are the impact printers. Those impact printers are the ones that have all the pages coming at one time and it prints as fast as possible. Same thing with thermal. Any questions or doubts on this question? Okay. Next question. Which type of printers can be used with multi-part forms? Which one, guys? Which one of these?
Dot matrix.
Dot matrix. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Laser printers cannot do multi-part forms. They can only do 1 page at a time. Now, if obviously if several papers come through, what seems to be my problem if several papers come through at a time instead of 1 page at a time? What do I need to replace? What should I replace if I get several pieces of paper in there?
You talking about the roller?
Correct, the pickup roller or it could be the user. Because the user might have actually stacked so much paper in there because they don't want to refill it ever so often. So they stack it thinking that they can stack it to the point that it's ya no le cabe más. And when you have it that tight, it's going to pick up more than one. So make sure it's not the user creating the problem and in fact that it is the actual pickup roller.
Sounds like me.
I'm sorry?
I have a question. It says in the question, the word multi-part. Does that refer to like multiple pages or like multiple actions?
The multi-part forms are the carbon paper that I said that the impact printers use, which when you go and you separate it, it has a pink copy, a yellow copy. Those are the carbon multi-part forms. Those are used only on impact printers where it feeds up the whole ream of paper.
Got it. All right.
Out of all the ones that they gave us here in this list, the dot matrix printer is the only impact printer on the list. There's the daisy wheel ones, but that's not in here. It's just talking about a dot matrix. Okay, number 3. Which step of the EP imaging process uses a laser to discharge selected areas of the photosensitive drum, thus forming an image on the drum?
Exposing.
I got 1 vote for exposing.
Exposing.
I agree. Exposing.
Okay.
Exposing.
All right. Yes, exposing. Transferring is when it actually hits it with what to transfer?
The drum.
The paper.
It transferred it to the paper, correct? But at that point, it's actually doing how much voltage?
Negative 600.
I
It's
think
It's
maybe
different.
positive.
negative. Yeah, correct. It starts with negative 600. The laser or the process puts it to 100, where it puts it onto the drum, right? And then when it transfers it, it shoots it with positive 600 to just push it off. That's where the transferring is, right? So in step 3, the laser will actually, maybe the word discharge might have confused some of you, but the only step that has the laser in it is the exposing. When you expose the drum with the actual image. No ink is there yet. Next question, which device in an inkjet printer contains the print head?
In cartridge.
In cartridge.
That is correct. Okay. What is the correct order of steps in the EP imaging process?
D.
D.
Everyone agree? D?
I agree.
Yes.
That is correct. Like that. You guys resonating there. You need to replace an LCD on a defective laptop. Which of the following are components of an LCD? Check all that may apply. Which parts are of? Hopefully nobody went and started telling me what was inside this little bezel. So that got confusing. But there's parts that have to do only with the LCD, not whatever is up here. They're not asking you what's up here. They're asking you what has to do with the LCD. Which
I
part?
chose A and B.
I put A, B, and D.
Ooh, they got you with the word backdrop. I like it. I like it. It's backlight, right? Not backdrop.
It is backlight.
It's backlight, yeah. The backdrop is something.
But doesn't the backdrop have to do something with the LCD too? Like,
The backdrop is something completely different.
in
The
completely
backlight is the one that they got you with a word that sounded like the word you were looking for.
different-
This is a backdrop. Let me see in computers, maybe. Let's see what it means in computers. I'm not sure if maybe no, that's your desktop backdrop, maybe.
backdrop LED.
Yeah,
No, it's just probably like a green screen kind of thing.
yeah. That's the only thing I know of a backdrop. Backdrop is something like that. See,
Pretty sure.
photos.
Oh no.
You usually like what I have behind me, bro. That's a backdrop, and that's a moving one.
Word.
I like how they do that. You gotta be careful. They do this so much. You don't understand how they play with
They
these
do those a lot on these past exams. Just they reword stuff really good, and then the answer sounds really good.
Uh-huh. It sounds just like the word you were looking for, and then you just boom, you're in a hurry and you just miss it just by this much. But yes, it is the inverter in the screen, and the Wi-Fi card obviously has nothing to do with the LCD, and the backdrop was just playing words there. Next question, a user complains that his mouse cursor randomly jumps to different places on the screen when he types. What device might you want to disable so we don't have any more ID10T errors with this person?
A.
D.
Okay, I got 1 vote for A, 1 vote for B.
I
A.
vote for
No, I
A.
said D.
Oh, 1 said D. Okay, so I have 2 votes for A, 1 vote for D.
I put point stick, but I was between that and touchpad too.
Okay, so I'll give 1/2 here. And I'll get
I
a
think
half.
it's mouse pad.
Those halves count.
I'm going A.
Halves
The only thing, the point stick is that little red button on the keyboard. So like if you touch that, like,
Yeah, have you ever used it though?
no.
Yeah, it's very, very stiff. Very stiff. Very hard for you to actually do that sporadic thing that they're talking about.
That is actually really sensitive. That's why.
Yeah. If it was very sensitive, then it would cause that. But at the same time, it would be most likely around the GH buttons. So only when he's touching those buttons, maybe. But this is random. There's no, doesn't seem to understand why. Yeah, it is a trick question. Yeah.
So the points take. I remember reading it. It said that like some people like make mistakes while like, so that's what tricked me out.
Agreed, but what I'm saying is that the little stick, this little thing here, is in between like the H and maybe the J, right? So, and maybe this key that's up here is the Y. So maybe when you're touching some of these keys, maybe, but it's very stiff, this little stick thing here.
Okay.
At least the ones that I've experienced, it's not. I mean, obviously, if you move it, it's gonna move, but it's not that easy that if you're typing correctly, that it's gonna start moving.
Yeah, you usually gotta press down on it and then like roll it around.
You gotta like push and move, like kind of thing on it. The one though that we did mention several times would be, I would have to agree with everyone that said touchpad. The touchpad is the one that I said that the person's not typing like this, so their palm is resting on the actual touchpad. And as you can see here, I'm here trying to move or type, and my mouse is trying to jump because I'm letting it land on there. So you have that would cause that. Next. Jordan, can you help me with this question, please? Read it out.
You have a user who needs to keep desktop devices such as keyboard, monitor, and mouse permanently connected so that they can be used by an attached laptop. What type of device would you recommend to use? I want the KVM switch.
Yeah.
D.
I picked A for this one.
I picked B.
Put D.
I chose A.
Jose.
Okay, so I got 1, 2. I heard 2 B's and 2 A's. Did I hear any more A's?
This one tripped me up.
I put D.
All right, like that, a USB hub. All right, anything else? Would have to then, unfortunately, have to agree with docking station.
No way.
So wait, what? I'm still kind of confused on what docking stations are.
All right.
I'm confused because we talked about the KVM switch. That's specific.
We spoke about a KVM switch and a docking station. We spoke about also a port replicator. The docking station is the one where I grab my desktop, sorry, my laptop, and I want to be able to easily just come and dock on, attach, without having to connect my mouse, without having to connect any cables, nothing's being connected. I just go and pluck. I dock it on. It has a port on the bottom of an interface on the bottom of the laptop that when it goes onto the docking station, it gives me a permanent connection to all my devices. That's keyboard, monitor, mouse, Ethernet, sound, everything.
So the difference between that and KVM switch is that KVM does only your keyboard, monitors, and mouse, and not say Ethernet, etc.
The variance between a docking station and a KVM is the KVM allows me to connect to multiple computers at one time with one keyboard, one mouse, and one monitor. Usually on server racks, you have a KVM that allows you to connect to all 15 servers on that rack. Now I don't have to have 15 monitors, 15 mouses, and 15 keyboards. I use a KVM. Keyboard, video, mouse switch. The other one was the port replicator, and that's the one that you connect with a USB cable, and it does the same exact thing that a docking station does. Variance is this one, a port replicator, has a USB cable that you use to connect. And a lot of the port replicators do not have, by default, all the ports. The more expensive you go up on the port replicators, the more ports you have. So like the cheaper ones may not even have a printer. They'll probably have the video, the keyboard, and the mouse, and Ethernet maybe, the real cheap ones. So you guys might have gotten also that one confused with the KVM. But a KVM is a big box which allows you to connect to multiple computers at one time using one keyboard, one monitor, and one mouse. How's the cat again? This one's an HDMI one. And it has USBs too. Basically, that's what it's used for. Not a laptop. It's not only meant just to be used on a laptop.
So then you plug in the KVM to a laptop and you can control different monitors and servers.
Yeah. So for instance, let's say I have a desktop, I have a laptop, and I have my gaming PC. I can buy one of these little things, and then I just push the button on the top, one of these little buttons there, and it'll go to the different computer and show it to me on the screen. I could only have one monitor, one keyboard, and one mouse, and I can control, depending on which button that I choose here, one of those three: the gaming PC, the laptop, or the regular PC.
Does that one allow you to control all three at the same time?
No. You can only see one at a time.
So what do you use again to like hook up two monitors so you can use them at the same time?
Two video cards? Or a video card on your laptop that has the two ports. If your laptop has two ports, if you have an HDMI cable and then a DVI cable or a VGA cable, whatever else ports that you may have available. For instance, I'm using my screen on my laptop and the TV with it through HDMI.
Is there any other ways you can connect them that's not HDMI?
There's DVI, there's VGA, right? Depending on your laptop and what ports you have available on it is the limitations that you have. The same thing with a computer. Any questions or doubts on this one?
Still kind of lost, but I'll just have to look at it.
KVM, you understand that a KVM is just so that you do not clutter your desk, your area with several keyboards, several monitors, and several mouses. Usually used on server racks. It saves spaces, and now I can connect to all of them at any time that I want. I can, just by clicking on the button, I can choose which channel I want, and it connects to the specific computer that I want to control. I could only control one computer at a time. That's what a KVM does. It only gives you the peripheral to be used on any of them. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So versus a docking station, which controls multiple at a time?
A docking station only controls only one laptop and allows you, basically it gives you the opportunity to dock down, and you don't have to connect the mouse. You do not have to connect the Ethernet. You don't have to connect the printer. You don't have to connect the keyboard. You don't have to connect anything.
Oh, so basically it just extends the connection between the laptop and all of the devices.
Yeah, it's just so that you can mimic, like if you have a desktop. So like that, when you get there, you just dock it. And then you have everything like if you were a computer. You're going to have your mouse Everything's connected. No more me having to go to the back of the computer, put on my power cord, put on my VGA cable, put on the USB cables, put in the Ethernet cable. I don't have to do any of that. It's already there. The moment I dock onto that port and I lock it onto that base, that's it. It makes it much faster. It's basically a convenience for the user. A lot of companies, when they're trying to do cost savings, they won't buy this. That's just you're saving maybe 2 or 3 minutes. That's all it's doing.
Yeah.
I guess I understand.
I wish I got one. I wish I knew this before I got my computer.
I haven't seen much docking stations still out there, but yeah, you can still buy them. A lot of people are going more for the port replicators. They're trying to go cheap. It does pretty much the same function and it's cheaper. I love the docking station because that's my favorite. It looks much nicer because then you still, if you have the port replicator, you got the cable coming out, and then it's like on the side of your desk there, and you can still see all the cables. Looks like. Next one. Lázaro, help me out here reading this one.
All right. There has recently been a string of hardware thieves in your office building. What should you recommend that your users implement to help avoid this problem? All right. For this one, I put use a cable lock because using a screensaver doesn't do anything. Using a dock station doesn't mean secure, and enabling GPS is not going to help prevent the theft. It's good to track it, but not prevent the theft.
Okay. Everyone agree?
Yes.
All right. Great job. One of your network users has an older laptop with no Bluetooth support. He recently received a Bluetooth headset and that he needs to use with his laptop. What is the quickest and cheapest way to make the headset compatible with his desktop?
I have Bluetooth adapter.
Which Bluetooth adapter?
For the headset.
Yeah, I know, but there's 2 Bluetooth adapters is what I'm asking. There's a USB or a mini PLIE. Which one should I buy?
USB. Oh no, mini PLE.
USB or PLE? What do you guys think?
I think it's B.
USB.
That is correct. The USB. Which of the following is the most common input method for mobile devices nowadays?
C.
I put C.
Everyone agree? C? C, senor.
Yes.
Resistive touch is the old screens. It's the ones that I kept on crying about. You guys hurt my feelings. All right. Which of the following operating system is used by Apple Watch?
WatchOS.
Which iPhone version introduced the Lightning connector?
B.
Correct. What is the number of active satellites used by GPS?
4.
24.
Correct. 6 by 4. We said 6 zones, 4. You are configuring wireless communications for several smartphones. Which of the following wireless communications methods has the shortest range?
NFC.
Everyone agree? NFC? Correct. Bluetooth has 10 meters. NFC, we said, was inches, right? I don't know how many centimeters. Number 16. I'm sorry? You had a question on that one?
No, it's just NFC is like 7 inches or something.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how many inches, but it's very close. A friend asks you, why should she ever disable cellular data networking? Which of the following is not? I can bet some of you then just went straight for the answer. Is not a valid reason to disable cellular network?
D.
I put B.
I read this question like 8 times and did not see the not once.
Yeah, it happens, bro. It happens. I had a feeling it was gonna get some of you. All right, so we got one vote for B.
I think I put C.
That's not a valid reason. Okay.
I
Another
put
one.
B as
All right. Any other votes?
B.
B or D?
B as in boy.
Okay. Anybody else? Is anyone else? Come on, 2 of you got it right. You guys are just afraid of saying what actually 3 of you got it right. Come on. Let's go, yell it out. You're afraid of it, but you know it. What was the answer you said?
I thought I put B. I put B.
I thought it was D.
The word is what? Not. So let's go this way. Let's go like this. Which is a valid reason then for me to disable it?
I thought
Why would it be a valid reason? Which one's a valid reason?
because you have the Wi-Fi signal, B. Right? So like you don't really need to say, oh no, wait, you do need it.
Because you have a Wi-Fi signal. So that one is a valid reason for using it. Okay, I'll agree with you. What's another valid reason to disable your cellular network?
You have a limited amount of data.
Okay, so now we got these 2 are valid reasons. What's another valid reason for disabling your cellular?
Wait, so you said B was a valid reason?
B is a valid reason of disabling your. Why wouldn't I want, if I have a very reliable Wi-Fi signal and I'm at home, she's asking me, why would I ever do it?
Right? You don't really need cellular data if you're connected to the reliable Wi-Fi signal.
You can make a Wi-Fi call. Yeah, of course, through with your phone number.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay,
good.
so that's a valid reason.
For a second, I thought that. Oh, never mind. It's gonna say.
Is C a valid reason? You're
Yeah.
about to
Disable
download an
data.
update. Would I want to disable this? Is that a good reason why to go to Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Okay, so if these 3 are valid reasons for disabling it, then your phone calls are going over the carrier cellular network. How would that not be a valid reason? How can I make a call over my own cellular network disabling the cellular data? It was a trick question. Just look at it very good. It says your phone calls are going out over your carrier cellular network. So that's a valid reason for disabling it? No, it's not a valid reason for disabling it, because if you want it to go through your carrier, you need to leave it on.
I clicked that one first and then I switched it.
Trust me, this one always gets people because they don't, either they missed the word not, or they just don't do the other trick that I tell you. When you can't figure it out, then choose the other way around. What 3 can I take out? If I can't figure out what's the right answer, then what's the wrong answer? So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure if some of you guessed it right or what happened, but that was one of the hard ones. It usually is this one here. Phone calls are going out the cellular network. Number 17, a technician is configuring a mobile client to use email through an ISP. Which port number should he configure to use plain old SMTP? In fact, there's only one SMTP port here, so there's no tricks. Right?
Okay.
Everyone agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job, guys. Good job. Right, you need to configure email on a mobile client device setting referring port to 587. Which protocol is this person most likely using?
A.
B.
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 B?
Yeah.
All right, I got 1 vote for A, 2 votes for B.
I vote for B.
All right. So I got 2 and 2. No, it was 3 and 1, no? I was wrong, huh?
I chose A.
Yeah, there was one person that said A. 3 people, I think, said B, right? But what 587 out of the ports, we said that SMTP was
65.
and 587. Now, how do I tend to remember that? I know at least this one starts with a 4 and ends with a 5. I always forgot what was the middle. And then this one is 587.
Okay, what?
So alphabetically, which one's first? SSL or TLS? In the alphabet, is S before T or is T before S?
Use before S. I don't know.
Right?
S is before Z.
Right. Right here. So that means this guy goes with him and this guy goes with him. And we're only talking about SMTP here. So when you ever have doubts with SMTP, memorize the ports are 465, 587, and then just after you have the ports memorized, 465, 587, 465, 587. All right, now which one's alphabetically first? S, so that's 465, SSL. It's the only way I can tell you, man. That's the way I learned these things, and I can't tell you any other tricks of how to memorize this. It's always logically, alphabetically with the number, or even in the color coding, like we said. So if it's the color coding for the type A in the Cat 5 or on the untwisted pair, if it's Cat A, who's alphabetically first, green or orange? Green, right? Then the B will be the orange. Any question on SMTP? So it should be this guy, correct?
Yeah.
All right. How did we do? Pretty good, pretty good. At least all of us answered SMTP. I'm proud of that. We just got to memorize now which port is which. You're enabling email on the mobile client. Which of the following is not standard integrated commercial provider for email? Come on, guys.
I chose Hotmail.
B.
A.
I say it's B.
Yeah, B.
Move.
Okay, I got 2 votes for B, 1 vote for A.
Oh, for
A.
B.
I found it.
Okay. We learned here that Hotmail is no longer being used. You can't go to hotmail.com. You must go to Outlook or use the Outlook app. That's the one that's integrated. iCloud is also integrated. If you go to your Android, believe it or not, you can go to iCloud and configure your iCloud email. Exchange is also available, and so is Yahoo. The only one that has been completely sunset and removed has been Hotmail. That no longer, although you may have a hotmail.com email, there is no application that is mainstream integrated into your actual provider.
What's Exchange for again?
Microsoft Exchange.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Exchange server for them, their email server. Usually corporate or big companies have that internal Microsoft Exchange server where you can send it to. Next question. Christina, help me out with this question, please.
You're pairing a Bluetooth headset to a mobile device. On the mobile device, after finding the device for pairing, what is the next step to take? I put C. Enter the appropriate PIN code.
Okay, everyone agree?
I agree.
That is correct. Enter the appropriate PIN code. Because after you found the device, so you already enabled pairing, you already enabled Bluetooth. What is the next step? Most likely the PIN code or accepting the connection when you're pairing it. Right? Make sense? La Juan? No? Two? Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. Which of the following is most accurately describe what an IMEI is?
The phone serial number.
I agree. A.
Great job. That is correct. The user needs to synchronize her mobile device to another platform. She wants to be able to access synchronized data from any location with just her phone. What should she synchronize?
The cloud.
Everyone agree?
Yeah.
I agree. Cloud.
That is correct. Cloud. Not sure. I guess what you mean, syncing with the car? But remember, she wants to be able to sync her mobile device to any platform. Your automobile won't do that. Be pretty if it did. No. Any questions? Which of the following is used for universally common items that are synchronized between a mobile device and a larger computer? Keywords there. Mobile and large computer. That's what they're asking for. What is the key thing that you would be doing there? It's the usual one.
So for this one, I went the opposite. I basically went, okay, what is not common? Operating system files, I don't think that's common at all. And then the next one that I struggle with is configuration settings.
Okay.
I commonly share configuration settings, but I'm not the average user. But I decided that they take that off and just have documents, contacts, apps, and emails, and Office documents.
So everyone will sync their Office document. Everyone. Pablo, you sync all your Office documents?
Now, I don't think the Office documents, I don't think so, but I do think.
Like you could definitely transfer some.
I chose email and configuration settings.
Like Office documents.
Russell saying stuff right. It's configuration.
No.
The what? I'm sorry.
As in like PDF files or like any saved files that you have, like Office documents, like Word
Correct,
files.
but is it common that everyone does it? Does every single person, universal, everyone syncs Office documents?
I guess not.
All right.
Is it a
Well,
trick question?
does
Would it be
yes, it
contacts
is.
and emails?
It is a trick quick question because you gotta realize there's only these three right here. Everybody's gonna sync their contacts. That's a must. The reason I know these three is because I think about it in the terms of a Palm Pilot. You guys are thinking about it, overthinking it too much. And the 99% or almost, although I think, yeah, I would say everybody is gonna sync their contacts, their email, and their apps. That's the usual thing that everybody wants. That's sometimes also the reason some people even have a Windows phone so that they can have the exact same apps on their that they can use on both. As for Office documents, Obviously, that is a nice feature to have. Yes, some people, everyone. I do not sync on my iPad. I don't sync on my phone. None of these three things here that I have, I sync any documents. I may save it to Google Drive, but that's not syncing. So let's see how we did. Stop it. Let go. Thank you. So contacts, emails, and apps. Configurations, everybody does not do that. Now this one would be interesting. Or operating system files. I don't think anyone really does that. The OS files are not intended to be synced from one platform, right? Because your mobile phone, even if it was an Apple product, we agree is not going to have the same operating system as a computer. The Mac OS versus iOS. No reason to sync those two. Any questions? All right. Which of the following is not a requirement? Not a requirement for installing Windows on iTunes on a Windows machine.
B.
B?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone agree?
Yes.
That is a correct. They told us, I think it's 500 or something like that, right? Broadband is a mandate. You do not have connection to the internet. There's no way that you can authorize the computer to be an authorized computer to use the iTunes that is your iTunes. You have to be on the internet. So that is a mandate. As for 1 gigahertz processor, that is 400 megabytes. Also, that is, and it's 512 here. Any questions, Stouts? Number 25.
Which of the following are disabled when airplane mode is switched on? Choose all that apply.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
A, disabled. B, disabled. C, disabled. And I think I can't see the last one.
Oops. You give me. He said A, B, and C. Here are all those.
It's gonna be A, B, and C.
So I take out this one, and stay with those three.
Wait, which of the following are disabled when airplane mode is switched on?
So you say this guy, and this guy, and you don't want these two guys.
Yeah.
Everybody agree?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
All right.
Number 26. Who's our brave soul? Teresa.
So 26.
Yes, please.
If the video on your laptop is not working, what should you do to troubleshoot it? Choose two. This is what I put. I put A and I put B.
Everybody agree?
I agree.
Correct. Is that least intrusive? Remove the
No.
display unit and reattach. Remember, guys, they're going to trick you. They're going to give you options that are true. This is a true thing. I can go and replace the display unit if I get to that point. At no point did they say that I already did everything to go and obviously buy a brand new one and replace it. And a lot of times they're not going to be asking us to do those things. So that's another one. And I really appreciate this one, turning it off and back on it again. That obviously that would be probably my third step. Once again, those are true. I'm not trying to be funny with anybody. These are all, do we all agree that I can actually do all four? I can do all four to troubleshoot this. Unfortunately, we have to, one, it says two of them only, and what are the two least intrusive? The little toggle button, and I put a monitor real quick to make sure. If I open up a laptop to take out the display unit, that's already too far. Any questions or doubts? 27. Okay. Carlos, you help me out with this one.
While troubleshooting a client computer, you decide to obtain a new IP address from the DHCP server after releasing the existing address. Which command do you use to get new IP information from the DHCP server? I chose B.
Okay, I got one vote B. Everybody agree?
I agree. I vote B.
Agreed.
Huh?
Agreed.
Agreed. Okay. All right. Yes. Key word in here, releasing. After releasing. So yes, I do agree. I must do IP config release, but I already did it. It says it right here. So the next step is IP config renew. Any questions?
Nope.
28, you believe? Let's see, Justin.
Following tools should you use to see if the network card is capable of sending and receiving data from an RJ45 port? I said B, a loopback plug.
Okay, so you believe the network card is beginning to fail. Which of the following tools should you use to see the network cable? Okay, everybody agree? Loopback plug?
Yes.
I approve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I hear 4 yeses. All right.
By network card, they mean the NIC, right?
Network card is your NIC card. Yeah, your network interface card. Network card.
Great.
All right. How do we do? A cable tester. Now, would a cable tester test my network card?
Nope.
What would a cable tester do for me?
Doesn't it test like the electricity going through it?
It's just to see like the cables are.
Listen to the name.
Like,
Listen to the name. What does it say? What does the name say?
Test the cable.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. There's no tricks in these things. These things are pretty self-explanatory. It's a cable tester, so it can only test the actual cable to tell me if there's something wrong with the terminations of this cable and confirm, obviously, from there, which one needs to be re-terminated. Usually, if any of them needs to be re-terminated and it's actually a male plug, then you need to cut the whole thing and put a new male plug. But if it is a punch down to the wall jack, that you can re-punch any color you would like, one at a time, right? Any questions or doubts? $29. Alexa.
The display on a laptop computer is continuously flickering. Which of the following are most likely to cause a problem? A and B.
Yeah, I got one vote for A and one vote for, what was the other one? I'm sorry?
B.
A and B as in boy or D? Sorry, it keeps on breaking up on my
D.
side.
D as in Delta.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Everyone agree?
I put D and E.
Put C and D.
I did C and D too.
I did D and E.
D and E.
The C and E. I heard a lot of E's. All right. So we said that if it's continuously, I'm doing it on purpose if you remember that. I did it actually when I was explaining. That would be a failing inverter or maybe the incorrect. The only other one that was flickering on us, which they didn't give us here, we said was, when that goes like that.
Refresh rate.
Thank you. That would be the only other one, but they didn't give us that option here. That would be the failing. The backlight's failing. It would be dimming, wouldn't it? It slowly start getting darker and darker and dark, or it just won't turn on.
What if the screen gets white instead of dark?
Interesting. Completely white.
Yeah,
That
like
would be, maybe it's a stuck pixel. If it's stuck all white, you mean? That's the only thing I can think of.
like the display just starts slowly, like from the middle of the computer, going all the way, like this person. Is that like a problem with like the actual LCD, you think?
The monitor is going bad. If pixels are not getting the right colors, usually the pixels, dead pixels or pixels that are going bad will cause weird colors.
Because like my old computer, like I think like I stepped on it by mistake or something.
Oh yeah, crush the pixels, Papa.
But wait, like I would start the laptop and then like everything was fine. Like the desktop
But
was
when
there.
it got hot, it would do something weird.
But then like once I start like messing around with it, like the screen will actually just slowly start turning white over, like slowly. And then until everything was white completely. And like I wouldn't be able to like do it. So like it broke. I don't use it.
Yeah. It happens. You know, you and Lazaro are having competitions on what you can do to torture a machine. They should get together.
I know I stepped on it.
Look, think of it like this. I destroy things that are bolted down. He destroys mobile things. There you go.
He's a
You
mobile
got a teamwork here, okay? He destroys mobile, I destroy stationary.
Now you want to get your stuff destroyed. Got you.
DeAndre, help me out with the last one here. 30.
Okay. You are troubleshooting a server and discovered that one of the hard drives in the RAID 0 array has failed. Which statement is true? All right. So you want to cross some of these out.
Yeah, so RAID 0. How many points of failure do I have?
0.
Okay. So would replacing the failed hard drive and just letting it come up with a mirror actually work?
No.
No, okay, so I can mark that one off because RAID 0 is not mirroring. So that's, let me find my little X here. Get rid of him. Next one, would replacing the hard drive and the data is okay because it's configured with disk striping with parity?
No.
So RAID 5, no. Okay. C, you need to replace the failed drive and the data on the array is pretty much lost.
Mm-hmm.
That one,
yes.
Yeah, okay, that one sounds like yes. So let's just double check though before we click on that one. Last one is you need to replace the failed drive. Apparently everybody wants to replace the drive. And the system is, for some weird reason, miraculously will just function normally. No.
No.
Okay. So apparently we have come to the conclusion that unless if we have a backup, we're pretty much lost with everything, right? Let's see how we did. That is correct. See. All right, guys. Any other questions or doubts on the assessment itself?
I have a question. I don't remember where I got this question, but if you lose a phone, like an iPhone, for example, is it called the iFinder or the iCloud?
iPhone Finder.
iPhone Finder. Okay.
Or
I just
Find My
make sure.
iPhone. Is it Find My iPhone or iPhone Finder?
I know the app.
Find My Android and
But the thing is with Find My iPhone, you got your questions at Lazaro. You can find it in iCloud.com.
yeah.
So that's the only way to find it.
Yeah,
Ah, so you have to go
log
to
on
iCloud.
and you could track. You could track if you don't have an Apple device. You could actually log on to Apple and track it. Same thing with your Android. You can log on and track any device that you have logged on before, and you can erase it. You can remotely erase it.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions, doubts? Okay. I'm gonna let you guys go to your breaks then.